Hi everyone, this is Sushmita speaking to you all. So in this video, we will be seeing how to open a bank account manually using the form and what are the details which will be given in the form. You'll be getting a general idea about how to fill the bank account and all. And you will also know something called banking terms. You have many terms which are used in bank, but we don't know what is the full form. Let's dive into the concepts. Now, if you see the first part of the form, you will have a date, which you can mention it as date, month and year. In certain banks, it will be like vice versa as well. So make sure that DD represents date, MM represents month, and YYYY represents the year. And give the branch name, branch code, certain other details. The bank itself will be filling all these options: customer ID, application type, and account number. And if you have this particular asterisk symbol which is being shown over here, if you have this kind of symbol, then it represents it is a mandatory field. It is important field where you cannot skip the detail. And certain bank will be asking you to fill the form using block letters, so make sure that you fill the form accordingly. And then now, as you take your ID proof, make sure that you give the name properly. If you take your Aadhaar, mention the name which is given according to the Aadhaar card, and then you have a date of birth and gender, marital status, name of father, mother or spouse. In case you are not giving the PAN card, you can just mention your father's name. And if in case like you are under someone's caretaker like guardian, you can mention their name and the nationality as well. And then to the next column, you will see the occupation type. If you are a 12th standard, if you are a fresher, and you can just skip this column, you can just ask your branch staffs and make sure that you fill. Otherwise, you can give your parents details over here. You can just write down your employment ID, place of posting, business and others column is also mentioned. And you can also use your annual income. If you don't have, please do skip this particular aspect. If they request you to give parents details, then you can go ahead with that. And then you have something called religion and category, person with disability. If yes, give yes, otherwise no means no. And then you have something called PAN number. Whenever you go to bank, make sure that you take Aadhaar card, PAN card, black lead, blue lead, in case, because certain banks will be stressing you to write it in black lead because of certain things. So make sure that you take all this, and photo, 3 photo of yours. You can give your contact details, whatever, like currently using mobile number, you can give that particular mobile number. And then your email address, whichever you are using it currently, make sure that you give that. Then the proof of individuality, any 2 proofs with you, either your Aadhaar or PAN or your ration card or your voter ID or your driving license or Aadhaar. Make sure that you take any 2 proofs with you. And as you are comfortable with the Aadhaar card, you can just tick over the checkbox given there, and you can give the Aadhaar number below. And then as you move, you can see the address details over here. If you see, whatever address proof you are going to give, whatever proof, that individuality proof you're going to give, make sure that the address is correct over there, and mention the same address given in the ID proof as well. And residential means place of stay. Business means whether if you are opening an account for your shop, make sure that you tick your business and give the particular details as well. And you have another option called unspecified. And as you go down, you can see declaration, where you can read all the things that you have given above, and you can tick yes. Signature, some bank will be asking you to put it in black lead, so make sure that you take black pen with you. And place and date is also mentioned. Now, service required, you have another column where it is asking you whether all these services are required or not. It has 2 columns stating yes and no. If you want, you can give yes, otherwise make sure that you state no. So first one, if you see ATM cum debit card, if you want, give yes, otherwise no. Then checkbook, if you want, again yes or no. Name as would appear on the card. In the card, if you see certain banks, you will have the name which has been appeared, and you can choose your own name there. You go down, you can see internet banking facility required. If yes, give yes, otherwise no. And SMS alert on registered mobile number, which shows you significance whether like whatever transaction you do online or whatever, if you are going to use ATM card deposit or withdrawal some amount, then if you want SMS alert or not, so you can give yes over here. And then you can come to phone banking service. If you want really, you can go ahead, otherwise state no. Then it is asking for passbook required. Yes, you can give it over here. And then e-statement required. If you want, you can give yes or you can give no. And then if you see the terms which are being used in bank, the first term is NEFT. If you are an online transaction person, then you might come to this particular aspect called NEFT transaction, which you can see the full form over here, National Electronic Fund Transfer, where it allows you to transfer an amount from one particular account to another, or one particular branch to another particular branch. So certain bank do have limit for a particular day. Going to transfer amount right now, it doesn't mean that the amount will be transferred immediately. Rather, it takes 48 hours to transfer your amount, and the charges are quite applicable. If you are going to transfer like 50,000, then it charges you around 25, I think. You can see UPI, which is being used regularly, where the full form is that Unified Payment Interface. Now this particular concept is that it brings the entire bank account into single mobile application. So that is the main aspect of UPI ID, and it is mostly used in PhonePe, Freecharge app, iMobile, Paytm, GPay, and all so forth. So this is the full form, and this is the essence of UPI. And then if you see IFSC code, the full form as Indian Financial System Code. Financial System Code. Here it is 11-digit alphanumeric code. Alphanumeric in the sense it includes both alphabet and the number. So it is an alphanumeric code, 11-digit alphanumeric code, which is unique to each branch in India. So bank, if you see SBI means SBI will be having a separate particular IFSC code. If you take Indian Bank, if you take an CUB, if you take any other bank, it will be having their own IFSC code. So it changes from bank to bank and branch to branch. So if you see the structure of this particular IFSC, here it will be mentioned as the bank code, and Y is the reserved category. It is there for the future purpose. It will be as 0 or 1 or something like that, and you will have a branch code at the end. So if suppose SBI Bank, it will be mentioned as SBI and so forth, and if it's Indian Bank, IMB, like that, it will be mentioned. So this is what is called IFSC, which is the 11-digit alphanumeric code. And then proceeding to next, NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, managing and it is operating several payment systems in India. So NPCI's role is managing the payment systems in India, and it also changes from bank to bank. And then if you see, you have something called MICR, Magnetic Ink Character Recognition. Now you might wonder, where will I get this, right? Okay, if you see the checkbook, write down, you have this particular code, right? So this particular code represents you the MICR. It is a 9-digit unique code where it identifies your bank and your branch. It checks your originality, whether the check is originally from the bank or not. And then if you see, you have something called OTP, one time password, which is being valid for a while, maybe for 1 minute. So it is sent to your registered mobile number to validate and to authenticate whether you are transferring the amount or you are doing the particular transaction or not. It is like a security key as well. DD is something called demand draft. So if you want to transfer money from one bank to another or one account to another, you can use the DD format as well. So this is how the DD form will be like, and you can fill all the amount which you want to transfer, the date, and you can sign and you can mention the amount, and you can just give it to your branch to transfer the money as well. And the limit for this particular DD is rupees 50,000, and the validity period, if you see, it is for 3 months. If you take your DD form for now today, and it validates only for 3 months. And then if you see, what's the difference between DD and check? So DD is something where you are already paying amount. For example, if you are going to apply in a college and that college requests you to bring amount in a DD form, what you'll do, you'll go to the bank, you'll put the amount mentioned over the college, and you'll get a slip, and you can come and you can give, right? So this is how you'll be processing your transaction, right? So you can't cancel them. So this is the this is what you mean by DD. Whereas check, it is not so. If you give the check, you can cancel them at any time. So this is the difference between DD and check. And then next, if you see, EMI is a concept where we are coming across in our day-to-day life. So EMI full form, you can see that equated monthly installment. So it is like you're not going to pay a full amount. Rather, I'll be splitting my own amount for a month and I'll be paying the amount back. My scheme is calculated using this particular formula which I have given over here. So P represents principal amount, R represents monthly interest rate, and the N represents the number of months which you are paying the EMI for. And PIN is a personal identification number which is very confidential, and it is a 4-digit number. And then RTGS, again it's a transaction. If you are a transaction person, then you can come across these RTGS, Swift transaction, then IMPS transaction, and also forth. So RTGS is again real time gross settlement, where it is a fast and a very possible way to transfer your money. So if you see the NIFT transaction, it takes 48 hours to transfer your amount, right? So in this case, RTGS is not so. If you're going to like transfer 2 lakhs within 2 lakhs, then you can use this RTGS, and again you have charges which has been applicable. And then if you see fixed deposit, you are investing a specific amount for an agreed rate of interest. So that is the concept of FD, fixed deposit, and this has been calculated by MV is equals to P into R into T divided by 100. MV is your maturity value, P is your principal amount, R is your rate of interest, T is your tenure or duration of FD, whichever you are applicable for, and you can just divide by 100, you will get the fixed deposit amount. If you want to know more about this particular banking terms, you can always go to our blog page which I mentioned over here. I have given the Instagram page below. Please do follow there, and you can message there for the future videos as well. Do like, share, comment and subscribe to Avo Siklawai. Come, let's learn with Sushmita.